guys, it's Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot, here to do some readings for you for the week. General energy reports and divine masculine, divine feminine energies, what's going on in the world at the moment. Not that I know what's going on in the world, because I actually don't look at anything anymore. Never go to Rumble, I never go to BitChute. I have no idea what's going on in the world. And I certainly never look at mainstream media, ever. Not even connected to free-to-air TV. So I have no idea what goes on in the world. And I kind of like it that way. So really, I just live energetically, pretty much these days. Okay, a lot of us have been affected by the eclipses, the eclipse energy. Lots of releasing old energies to bring in the new, which has been amazing, even though a little uncomfortable sometimes. Like heartburn's been a real issue for a lot, and sleeplessness has been an got for a lot of people. But anyway, we'll see what the energies for this week bring. Oh, I've got sleep in my eyes. I just kind of got up and anyway, very early this morning. Okay, so we'll have a look at the general energies at the moment. It's a very dull kind of day here today. Very cold, actually. So the fire's on. I leave my fire going. I've got a wood heater and I leave it going 24/7 in winter. I never ever have it off. Interesting. So energetically, we seem to have kind of taken a little bit of I think it's just a little bit taxing on a lot of us at the moment. There's so much going on, you know, in our outer lives. A lot of us are, you know, very distracted by what's been going on in the world. You know, there's a lot of the financial stuff that's been happening, and there's also too, energetically, a lot going on. So as I said, there's a lot of releasing happening of old energies, especially too with Mercury retrograde, which goes direct on the 14th. With the Mercury retrograde, there's been a lot of like bringing up old issues that need to be removed and cleared. Lots of old stagnant energy that lies within each and every single cell of our structure, trauma, all that sort of stuff. Anything that needs to be healed is now being called upon to be released and healed. So if you can access a healer or anything like that at this time, it would be very beneficial for all of us. I went to a yoga retreat yesterday, which was lovely, and had a sound bath, and it was so healing and nurturing. Anything that can really nurture you, I think, is a really good thing at this point in time, because we're going through so much change. We're going through not only releasing, but also too, we're going from a carbon-based system within into a completely different crystalline system, and everything, our cells, every part of our being is now energetically being upgraded. So to upgrade something, you must actually first see that it needs upgrading. And for a lot of us, it comes in the form of us feeling very uncomfortable. Sometimes it can be like an emotion that comes up. So you're being triggered by something, and an emotion will come up that needs to be released. And you know, in the old days, it could be that you could react from those triggers, but now, of course, as we're moving into these energies that are a little lighter and a little kind of like easier to deal with, these heavy energies are now being released quite easily, because the energies are now able to come in and shift very quickly. You're able to shift very quickly because these energies of light are just literally whamming us and forcing out any old old wounding or darkness, anything that remains that needs to be transmuted from darkness into light will be transmuted. And that's exactly what's going on at the moment, because we are moving into a higher vibration and a different frequency. And because of that different frequency bandwidth, we're trying to actually sort of like move into a lot of the older type of energies must be transmuted. And that's what's happening at the moment. So still there for a lot, there is like this dark night of the soul energy, which has been happening for quite some time for a lot of people, because it's now time. Like, you cannot stay in these old energies anymore. You have to actually move. All of us are being asked to step up and to step up, step out, and become the truth of who we actually always have been, which is a divine soul essence that is connected to Source and Prime Creator, and to be in alignment completely with Prime Creator, Source energy. We have to align with that, and the way to align with that, of course, is to let go, surrender, and surrender any of the old energies that are really screaming to be released at this time. So yeah, there is still quite a very heavy kind of energy that is pervading a lot of our 3D matrix world as it crumbles and dies. We're seeing that in the whole destruction of our whole system, like our systems, like the financial system, all the government systems also too will eventually fall. The medical system, all the big pharma, all of that is going to fall inevitably. It has to, because it cannot stay in these higher vibrationary energies. They just can't. And also too, I mean, moving into a financial system where it is like asset backed with gold and silver totally makes sense because of the high vibration of those elements and those metals. Anything else that does not sort of fall in with anything that is high vibrational will fall. It has to fall, because we cannot move into this new world structure of a high vibrationary field while we are still carrying these old, outdated and also toxic energies. And of course, everything in our system as it has been built on a lie. So, you know, as we start, of course, as within, so without. So as you begin to access the truth of who you really are on every level, on every systemic level within you, like in your cellular structure, as that begins to release a lot of the old energies and that destruction takes place within, then also as within, so without. So we begin to see what's going on an outer level and understand it. And also understand that it cannot stay, because, you know, as we evolve and change, shift and move into these higher vibrationary energies, then so will our outer world change and move into a completely different ionosphere of probabilities and possibilities. Because as we are all creators, you know, every single one of us has the ability to create within our own structure and create the world in which we live, because there is only one, there is only I and nothing else. So everything is an outer projection of self. So of course, everything that you see on an outer level is only a projection of what is going on within you. So as you begin to change and shift on a cellular structure and also on a psychological and an emotional level, then you will see that that is also going to occur on an outer level. And then we have the beautiful Sun card here, which is the masculine energy of the Sun. There are a lot of different energies coming from the Sun at the moment, lots of flares, lots of high potency sort of like sun codes that are actually being downloaded by a lot of us. If you can at all possible, even if you live down south at the moment in the southern hemisphere, getting out at the moment, you are still, and getting out and walking, you are still accessing those sun's codes, because the coding that is actually coming from that sun at the moment is literally changing us cellularly. So on a cellular level, so get out any chance you can and walk and be out in the daylight and out in the sun at the moment, because it is of so much benefit to all of us at the moment as we shift and change cellularly as well as energetically. Okay, let's see what else we can find. So yes, some amazing energies at the moment. So there is a higher authority, of course, which is the higher self of all of us, which is Prime Source Creator, but also too is the higher source of all that is, and our connection with that Source Creator, of course, is linked in every single cell in our body. And if you have an understanding of that, you will have an understanding of just how powerful you are as an entity on this earth plane. So there's still quite a little bit of individual burden as we go through these shifts and changes. But if you can shift those old energies out by walking, exercise, going to a healer, doing some inner work and some shadow work, then on an emotional level, on every level, you'll begin to actually access the Ten of Cups, which is that beautiful card of unconditional love for yourself and all. That is. Yeah, so that's what's going on at the moment. So just take the time out to nurture yourself as you go through these changes. It is quite difficult sometimes because, you know, a lot of us are getting, you know, like Will last week, we're getting a lot of heartburn and, you know, thoracic type pain too because of the heart chakra actually opening. And so, yeah, a lot of us are going through those changes, but also too, a lot of people are not sleeping because of these energies that are pushing us, the old out and pushing that new through into this new earth that we're moving into. So yeah, it's really important to nurture yourself as we go through these changes. Yeah, so the world is turning in our favor. We just have to wait and just sit tight, you know. It's really important to rest too, if you can at all possible at this point in time, because our bodies are going through such an enormous amount of change right now. So just be kind to yourself and nurture yourself as much as you possibly can. And yeah, so we'll see you next week. We'll see what's happening on another level next week. So yes, if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you anon. Bye for now.